Hey guys, how are you? Today we're going to be talking about something very crucial and a very interesting topic. What we're going to be talking about is how to stay happy and how to stay positive in the midst of different circumstances. So, problems are everywhere, right? We face them regardless of who we are, where we come from, or how we live. It doesn't matter. It's not biased to anybody. I mean, anybody is bound to face problems. Anybody is bound to see challenges. That's what makes us human, right? Some are extremely painful. Some may lead us to sleep for days. Some of us lose purpose. In some extreme cases, some cases do even lead to suicide. Which is why today's topic or today's main discussion is going to be about staying happy and see what we can actually gain staying happy. So guys, I'll be mentioning a few important points, how we can deal with these problems and how we can make sure that it doesn't affect our happiness, it doesn't affect our positive thinking, and even for that matter, our productiveness. And hopefully we'll be talking about 7 very important points where we can see how we can stay happy regardless of any circumstance we're going through. So, the first important point we're going to talk about is, well, before I mention that, guys, to have a clear understanding of what I'm about to elaborate or what I'm about to discuss about, you guys have to first understand an illustration that I'm going to give. So, whatever deliberations or whatever decisions our brain tries to make in terms of deciding matters, or whether to be happy or whether to do something or not to do something, it's like a court case. Whatever things we keep in mind, whatever things we have to make a decision on, our brain has a little court system. Yeah, you've heard it. You have a little core system inside. So that's why when it comes to dealing with things like making a decision on whether I'm staying happy or not, that's why most of us face it. That's why most of us are not taking these things seriously, because the matter is actually serious and we have to deal with this smoothly. That being said, you guys understand the core illustration now. I'll try to tell you the first important point that you should keep in mind. The first important point that we should all keep in mind is that we should listen to our problems. Yes, you heard me, we should definitely listen to our problems. Most cases, there is a certain kind of problem and we try to put it aside. We don't listen to it, we don't try to understand it, any part of us doesn't want anything to do with that problem. This is a dangerous approach. This can consume you. And I'm not going to say it's going to consume you slowly. It's definitely going to consume you fast. And it's going to be painful. What makes it more painful is that you won't have a clear understanding of the problem. You'll just feel bad. You'll just be unproductive. You'll just be unfriendly. All the negative things that you could possibly imagine will consume you. So the first important thing that most of us are ignoring but should definitely consider is listening to the problem, regardless of how painful it might be. So guys, the second thing or important point we should use is that we should talk to the problem. Yeah, you've heard me, you should talk to the problem. You should sit down or walk, whatever the case might be, you should create a dialogue in your brain. So this is where the chord illustration comes into motion. So this is how it is. We all have something planned, right? Like for example, let me give you an example. Like let's say you got hired, you got a good job, and all of a sudden they're laying you off. They're saying that, sorry, you're fired, .. You did this, whatever the case might be, you get fired. So this is something you work for years. So before you get fired, what's in your mind is like, you're going to be successful, you're going to work for a few years, then you're going to become a supervisor and you're going to upscale yourself. Your family survival is by the job you're working on. Your own survival is by the job you're working on. Your prestige lies in the job you're working on. So this is exactly how your mind is engaged. So this is exactly how your mind is set up. So this is exactly how your mind even checks on you. Your mind is like, are you doing this? Because this depends on your survival, and this is crucial to your life. So this is something you yourself have built while engaging yourself in this work. So the reason why I say this is because you build this persona, this mindset. It's not gonna be easy to destroy or to even ignore for that matter. So that is why you should be able to talk to that problem. You should be able to see the other perspective of that problem. So guys, with that in mind, after talking to your problem, I'm sure you definitely will still have problems. It won't go away by just saying, problem, why are you giving me a hard time? I want to be happy. So things have already passed. I'm already fired. There's no point in being unhappy. There's no point in beating myself up. Definitely that problem will not go away easily. That is why the third point comes in hand. The third point is an important one. And the third point, my friend, is hiring a good lawyer. Or in this case, assigning a good lawyer. What do I mean by assigning a good lawyer? You should make sure that you defend yourself properly at hand. And how do you do that? So guys, when defending yourself, the important skill you need first is speed. Like, you should be able to list out all the goodness in the circumstance that you're in. What I mean is, like, you should list how the skills that you have, the positive side about this circumstance, how you can make a better living from this, and that lawyer or that person or that entity inside of you that's defending you must be capable of getting your good side, of getting the skills, the potentials you have, or the things that you can actually improve. So I guarantee you that when putting yourself in such a circumstance, when assigning your lawyer to defend you in such a way, you will get a good chance, or you will upscale your chances in being more happy. But even though it will give you a good chance, you have to know that there are two separate entities at fight here. There's a prosecutor who's been doing this for years, who's been at your side, who's been saying that you should grow yourself, you should work hard, you should sustain your family. And there's this new lawyer you set up, who's standing right beside the prosecutor and saying, who you put in motion in just maybe a few minutes ago or just an hour ago. So that prosecutor is experienced. That prosecutor knows all your secrets, knows all your capabilities. That prosecutor knows all your weaknesses. Whereas this lawyer is new. But it doesn't mean that this lawyer will lose or this lawyer isn't good. So the fact that this lawyer is new puts a lot on your shoulder, puts a lot on the lawyer's shoulder. So that lawyer should be super fast. That lawyer should be super capable of knowing all your strengths, of getting all the good things out of you, and properly putting it against the jury and against the lawyer and against the judge and against the prosecutor. That lawyer should say that Nathan is good at this. Nathan tried his best. Nathan, it was out of his hand, and he can do much better than this. And nothing can take away his happiness. And dash. So guys, after the court case, the fourth point that we should definitely keep in mind and that we should definitely consider as an asset is we should realize that problem is inevitable. Problems will come in different directions, with different sizes and different shapes and with different looks. We cannot avoid problems. What makes us strong is how we deal with these problems. I'm sure you've heard these things, but they actually have weight. They do. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on number 4, on this realization, because the 5th and the points after that clearly state how we can see problem as a little rascal. The 5th point that can help us see this problem lightly and positively is like, we can see the circumstance we're in as a movie. Years to come, maybe months to come, or maybe even decades to come, you might say, I've been through this problem, I've felt the pain, some girl I like broke up with me, you might say, and regardless of that, now I have an amazing relationship, now I have an amazing wife, now I have you guys, maybe if you're telling the story to your children. So the part that you see this thing as this part that you're going through as a movie can be as strong as it. So guys, point number 6 is an interesting one, and it's something that touches me and something that helps me a lot. So point number 6 is counting your blessing. Yes, you heard me, counting your blessing. So what do I mean by counting your blessing? Well, this is a painful reality. All of us have a lot around us. The problem that with all of us is that we don't know the weight of everything we have. We don't know what we're worth, what something around us is worth, and we actually are unable to calculate and say, wow, I'm surrounded by blessings, I'm surrounded by many things. What if the bed you had right now is not at your side? What if one finger is missing, let alone one hand? What if you don't have a leg for that matter? I mean, anybody, I can say that, I can say openly, like anybody, no matter what kind of physical circumstance you are, no matter what kind of financial circumstance you're in, you can definitely find millions of things that you can be happy and thankful about. Loving family, loving friends, food to eat, bed to sleep in, people to visit. There are many things that you keep thinking, whatever circumstance, thinking whatever things you have to actually be thankful about. So we should really start acknowledging that, and just by acknowledging that, a lot of our lifestyle can change. We can be happy most of the time. We can be thankful. Things we used to not see as something important can be something you actually say, like, I'm happy because this thing is by my side. Yeah, don't wait till you lose something. So imagine being happy by having a single meal to eat. Imagine by being happy by wearing your shoes. Imagine being happy by talking to your friend. So here you're the one who's going to decide how you can be happy. You're the one who's going to decide what actually dictates your happiness. And that's easy. Start practicing and saying, wow, this bed is amazing. I mean, what if I didn't have this bed? Wow, this food is great. What if I didn't eat this food? I'm not trying to say that you should be all righteous and be, oh, people in this world are not having this. But start practicing it, and it will, trust me, it will start consuming you. And you'll be super happy regardless of whatever things that come your way. So guys, point number 7 is unique. It's something you and you alone have. And that is, guys, point number 7 is that this problem will definitely make you Superman. Exactly how will it make you Superman? That exact problem that you faced will give you an upside. It will give you a skill that most people won't have. If you were able to see the positive side of that problem, and if you were able to stand above that problem, and if you were able to use those 6 steps or 6 methods or whatever you might call it properly, you will be an expert. You will be smart. You will be technical on that problem you faced. For example, if you had a relationship problem, you will know exactly what to do on your next relationship. You will know how to deal with matters that are challenging in relationships. You will know how to choose a good girlfriend or a good wife or a good husband or whatever that case might be. You can be wise. in your decision making. Even when it comes to education, you will know how to score better. You will know how to be a good staff. So if we don't take that problem as it is, just as a problem, but actually start taking it as a weapon and start learning from it, you'll be inevitable, you'll be strong, you'll be powerful. You'll be something people will start looking up for. So guys, problems are an asset. Problems are definitely something to not be taken. So guys, I'm sure from now on you will take your problems to your own advantage and will not be dictated. Your happiness will not be dictated by those problems, and you'll be more impactful, and you'll be more strong, and you'll be more influential because you are a person who is capable of steering your problems. So guys, my name is Nathan again. Please subscribe to my channel, like, share, do whatever things people do to promote YouTube channels. I'm very happy to be speaking to you guys. Till next time, have a splendid week.